It's not my fault the Palisades burned down.
Hello? Yo! Sup? Nothing, P. Just watching the debate highlights, drinking some liberal tears. What's up with you? None. Just watching the debate highlights, thinking of how I can help Los Angeles, drinking some liberal tears.
Welcome back, everybody, and thanks for choosing to hang out with your host, the Conservative Bird, and me, Double G, and you're on the Brick Road Podcast.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. We really appreciate you guys stopping by. And we actually got a really good video for you today. But before we get into it, please make sure to hit the like and hit the share, hit the subscribe, smash the notification. It's a quick, easy, and free way to help this channel grow as big as possible. So today we got Spencer Pratt. That's who we're going to be talking about. The next, hopefully, mayor of Los Angeles. He's been going on a tirade lately, just letting people know, like, hey, I'm sick of the homelessness. We're sick of all the drugs being done in our parks, in front of our kids, in front of schools, in front of daycares. We're sick of literally the human feces that is laying on the ground in the streets of Los Angeles.
Yeah, I think he's basically letting the world know he wants to get back to normal. He wants to get back to common sense, as he likes to call it.
Right. No, that's what I call this. I literally call this common sense politics. This is common sense politics.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
101. It's like you want to take care of the problems that you can that are in front of you, and then you deal with the other stuff as you go, So these problems,
exactly.
And it's crazy, Double D, because I have friends that live in not even just Los Angeles. I have friends that live in California. I have friends that have traveled to California, and literally, this isn't just now. This is the past 10 years that they have told me how you could go outside and literally see human feces just laying on the sidewalk.
Well, think about it, Bert. I've been to Los Angeles 3 times in my life. From 10 years old, I was there in my mid-40s, and I was there again in my late 40s with my daughter. So I've been there 3 different times, and I've watched where what is the name of that beach?
Venice.
Yes, Venice Beach. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, I watched Venice Beach go from one of the most gorgeous beachfront properties and places on the planet with beautiful apartments to 6 miles of 4 rows out of homelessness tents.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's on the beach, dude. There's people who live there. You know what I mean?
Dude.
And
it's sad.
It's real sad. And it's like, and they're right there on the beach. I mean, I get that, but it's still not it's not a pleasant
Double D,
thing to deal with.
the thing that people don't realize, Double D, the biggest thing that people don't realize about all of this is literally liberal politics. This is what they want. They want your streets to be shitty. They don't care. They go home to their mansions and eat their steak and lobster every night and drink their wine and just laugh at all the smug and corruptness that they do throughout the years. And it just constantly going. And it's not going to stop until somebody like Spencer Pratt stops up to put a stop to it.
I mean, and even if Spencer Pratt doesn't win, although I think he's going to, I think he's going to upset the apple cart and shake up. I obviously I hope so more than anything. But I still think the guy's got a chance. But the one thing that's going to come out of this is self-awareness. Hopefully, Los Angeles will start holding their leaders accountable, and maybe some of those leaders will become a little more self-aware.
Yeah. So you and I watched this, and both watched this interview separately. We both decided this was a good topic to pick for today. So, with the smug and arrogance, like we were talking, here goes another smug and arrogant liberal that decides, he's going to interview Spencer Pratt and try and get him in the gotcha moments. But as we're going to see here, Spencer Pratt doesn't fall for it.
Not one time throughout the entire interview, dude. 22 minutes of you trying to get me, but you ain't going to get me. So, but yeah, let that clip roll, Bird.
Yep.
Gavin Newsom just endorsed Karen Bass today, saying, quote, "The work Karen Bass is doing in LA is making our entire state stronger with an 18% decline in homelessness, while it grew nationally, historic drops in violent crime, boosting film production in LA, and protecting our communities against ICE. She has my full support for re-election." Do you think that endorsement is going to help Karen Bass?
I think that endorsement, these two are co-conspirators. They're criminal partners in the negligence that led to 7,000 houses burning down.
You think Governor Gavin Newsom's a criminal?
in my opinion,
Yeah.
it's criminal negligence when you fail your taxpayers and they burn alive because of choices you made with your state park that you're responsible from. Same with Mayor Karen Bass. Again, it's my opinion.
Right.
I believe if you let people burn alive because of your negligence, that becomes criminal negligence. So, again, of course he's endorsing her. They're both responsible for this.
I 1000% agree with him. Why wouldn't he sponsor her? They're criminal minded together. They run together. This is how liberals do things. And even if Gavin Newsom wasn't criminally responsible for any of this, look at all the other stuff he does. Look at him allowing children to transition without parents' permission. Dude, it is so crazy how corrupt this city has become, and that Spencer Pratt is the person that has to come and try and save it.
Yeah, and the thing, and I'm not surprised one bit at all either that Gavin would be giving his endorsement to Karen Bass because they're the same.
Right.
They're the same people. I mean, they both have a D behind their name, and even though this is a nonpartisan race, Spencer Pratt obviously has the luxury of calling himself a independent kind of in this, but he's technically a Republican, but he's not running as a Republican. He's running as common sense for LA.
Yep.
And let's be honest. When has Gavin Newsom or Karen Bass ever represented common sense?
How about that? That's the question for the comments below. When
Yeah,
has
I mean,
Karen Bass or Gavin Newsom ever done anything out of pure common sense?
Or to really benefit Angelinos or Californians. Because from my perspective, from the outside looking in, I can't see any benefit to those guys.
I mean, when you go outside and you literally see human feces outside, you see homelessness, you have homeless encampments like streets that is just pure nothing but trash. Drug addicts on the side of the streets, people literally nodding out, nothing but tents everywhere, dude. It is crazy. I've heard so many stories of not even just LA, of California in general. You can go to San Francisco and see the same exact stuff.
And ironically, San Francisco back in 1999 was probably like San Diego, one of the cleanest cities in the United States.
Right.
And today they cannot say that. San Diego's still pretty beautiful, but they can't say that in Los Angeles, and they can't say that up in San Francisco because right now it's being overrun, and just the amount of depreciation over 2 decades. I've been to Los Angeles 3 times, like I said earlier, 3 times. I've watched it depreciate from this beautiful, like Venice Beach, beautiful beach. Now it's a tent city for miles, Bird, for miles.
Yes.
We're not talking a couple blocks here. We're talking as far as you can see down the coast of the beach.
Well, I don't know. I just look at it like this, Double D. When you go walk outside of your McDonald's or you go to a restaurant or you go to a Starbucks or go to anything, you walk outside and you constantly see human feces on the ground, there's a problem.
Oh, dude, there's definitely something wrong in paradise, that's for sure. And they got to find a way. I mean, dude, Los Angeles is supposed to be paradise. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's supposed to be the place that everybody wants to be, and there's just not people flocking there anymore for obvious reasons. Crime, homelessness, drug use. And you know what? You want to do your drugs and you want to do your thing. I agree with Spencer Pratt. I don't think they should be giving needles to drug addicts and encouraging it. There really has to be another way. And I know that he addresses this in his next one. He actually has a plan himself to kind of end the homelessness. But you know how that's going to go with the Democrats, though.
Let's talk about a homeless number. That is the most made up number in the history of California, and he makes up a lot of numbers. The homelessness from when it was actually started tracking with Karen Bass has actually increased. She's talking about last year, if that's a real number, but it's increased since she got in. Not to mention, you know how they count? They drive around one night of the year.
And that seems to be a typical liberal strategy, right? The same thing that Joe Biden did. They flooded the country with 20 million illegals and then started to deport them and put them into camps and acted like they were doing something. But when you flood the country and make the number bigger than what it was before, it doesn't matter what you chip away at. It's still bigger than it was before, so you're still a problem.
And here's something that Karen Bass isn't mentioning either is that I'm guaranteeing you some of that drop in the homelessness are all those people who have been self-deporting since 2025. Remember, there was $1,000 incentive. These same people came here for the freebies. They're going to take advantage of the incentives to leave too.
Yeah.
And that number needs to be taken. Yeah, maybe there is an 18% decrease, but when you have a 815% increase,
that ain't nothing.
Well, suddenly that doesn't look like a whole lot, does it?
Nope.
Here and they go,
Yeah,
1, 2, 3. Maybe there's somebody in the sewer. Oh, we can't look in that tent. Somebody, it's the most. Even the Rand Corporation says that number is 30% low, and I would say the Rand Corporation number is low.
Yeah.
And then what else was that?
Crime
She
rates.
did crime rates.
Crime rates here. Look, the LA Police Department crime. No, you looked at this.
I don't need to look at anything because I live in LA.
It says crime's down. A lot of violent crimes, including homicides.
I'll tell you, homicides are down across the country since COVID. That's not because of Karen Bass. That's a national trend. But ready for this?
Even from last year, but yeah, okay, yeah.
Mayor Bass won't acknowledge that the 42,000 people, she says 42,000. I say there's 70,000 naked drug addicts shooting up, smoking fentanyl, defecating on the street, peeing on the street. These are all crimes.
You've said that you want to move the homeless to a treatment facility built on federal land. You recently said this. Have you talked to the Trump administration about this?
No, I've never talked to President Trump.
So what is the federal land? What would that be?
Because I know the federal government will want to partner to get these addicts the treatment and to have the money that's being laundered through the NGOs stop. And they will know that these are results where it's going to be mandatory treatment. So, of course, the federal government would want to partner to get these 42,000 plus.
So what would that be? It'd be like a compound? It would be like...
I don't like the word compound. I like campus.
Okay.
Something beautiful. I went to Washington. I met with all the people that build the prefabricated homes. It's actually cheaper to build an entire city of prefabricated homes with treatment facilities and medical than just laundering money into buildings in LA that are empty.
Does LA pay for it?
I have plenty of very successful philanthropic billionaires that I've met with that would love to invest in this. Not to mention,
invest or donate.
It's the same thing. It's an investment.
Not really. Donate. You don't expect to get it back.
It's an investment in
into
human beings.
Okay.
You know, they're investing to save
lives.
So
these billionaires that you've talked to would pledge money to build this campus on federal land.
100%. Not to mention, you're forgetting that we've already spent $24 billion of tax money to increase homelessness.
Right.
So
exactly. It's so funny how this guy is so smug and arrogant that he's presenting an actual solution to a real problem that LA has had for multiple years now, right? The drug addict, the homelessness, the all the shit in the street, everything. He is trying to provide a solution. Might not be right, I don't know, but at least he's providing a proper solution where Karen Bass and Gavin Newsom says, I'll just give them more needles and we'll Narcan them later. And if they die, they die. You know what I'm saying?
Throw more money at it. Throw more money. Throw more money.
Throw more money towards the corruption. Put more money into the corruption. Line our pockets while these people just constantly kill themselves.
You know what I think is really impressive here is he had mentioned the billionaires who are willing to help contribute to that. Obviously, he's been courting people with his ideas, and he's obviously getting some kind of positive. I don't know if he's getting, the money right away or what have you, but it seems to me by what he's saying, he's getting some positive feedback from some of these people who may be using their own money to invest in this program, as he would say, invest in human beings. So it's not just, a government liability here. There's people who are willing to contribute to help with this, which means that takes some of the burden off the taxpayer. Exactly. I mean, am I right or wrong in that?
No, you're right. And here's another thing that people don't understand. Billionaires are willing to do stuff like this because things like this are considered charity. So this could be just a tax write-off for them. So this guy's acting like they're trying to get something in return, like Spencer Pratt is going to do something. No, they got to pay taxes anyway. Why not put it to contribute to something good?
Exactly. And, everything else they tried has failed.
Right.
So,
why not try something different?
Exactly. I mean, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting to get
different results.
And you're not going to get it. So here, at least this may or may not work. We don't know.
We'll see.
We won't. But if we don't try, we're never going to know.
Right.
Less of that to solve this crisis, this drug addiction, mental crisis. It's not a homelessness problem, it's a drug addiction problem. And the way you treat drug addicts is you get them mandatory help with doctors and plans. You don't just give them needles. Our tax money right now, we are giving them needles at MacArthur Park. That's not how you get somebody in a bed. That's how you get somebody in a grave. These people are over.
And that's very true.
Yeah.
But I will say one thing about Spencer Pratt. You can't give somebody treatment that doesn't want it.
No, you can lead the horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
I've learned that over years, just being around people like that my whole life. You know what I mean? My father doing drugs his whole life. You know, I learned that you can't help somebody until they want the help. They have to want it for themselves.
But I think the point he's trying to make is if you provide something
you gotta show
where
that it's there, though.
Yeah, there's got to be something available for them better than a tent on Skid Row, or on Venice Beach, or in the Palisades where they're inhaling burnt smoke on a daily basis. I mean, it's just you got to start somewhere. I mean, do I think it's going to eliminate the drug problem in California by building basically a federal rehab in the middle of federal lands? No, I don't think it's going to, but I think it's going to give people who are looking for that opportunity to get off the streets, or looking for the opportunity to get clean and sober, or looking for the opportunity to fix whatever, problems they have with the law or with, whoever, to get them off the street. I think that's a good start.
No, it is a very good start. So this last clip right here, this is the one where he talks about not needing Trump's endorsement. And it's so crazy how the liberal media, they just try and play into it. It's like, oh, if you're not a liberal, you're automatically MAGA. It's just insane, where he doesn't even say anything about that. He's literally just running on the fact that I'm sick of what's going on in my city and I want it to change.
Pretty much.
Politics these days is seen through the prism of President Donald Trump. Do you think President Trump is a good president?
The only prism I see anything is what I live. My town burning down is what got me in the race. I'm in a local race. The president has nothing to do with why my streets have naked drug addicts. My streets don't have lights in the poles. My streets have potholes all over. My town burned down. My race is a local race. I don't care what's going on in the national politics in other states. I am running for a local position. So
but you need to have a relationship with the federal government. You just said 2 minutes ago you were going to move homeless to the federal land. So you got to have a relationship with the federal government. So what is your take on President Trump? You're going to host the Olympics in 2 years. You're going to be the mayor of that city, maybe. What's your relationship going to be like with President Trump?
I'm going to have a relationship with two presidents, and they're going to be the same. I'm going to work with the president the same way I'm going to work with the city council members, or my state reps, or the lieutenant governor, or the new governor. I'm going to work with whoever I need to work with to execute the best for Angelenos, period.
Do you want his endorsement?
I don't need anyone's endorsement but mothers.
I love that.
Elected. People keep forgetting it's Democratic moms that do not feel safe that are putting me in office in 5 days.
Can you explain to me something? Because you're not afraid of anything. You're not afraid of giving your opinion on anything, but you won't give me an opinion on President Trump, and I get it.
Because it literally has nothing to do with why he's running. He's not running to please President Trump or to get in President Trump's pocket. He's literally running because this fucking bitch, Karen Bass, and her stupid fucking policies got his house burned down and is literally ruining the city. And he talks about a lot how he has a lot of liberal mothers that come up to him and say, please do something about this.
Yeah, and he's going to do something about it. He's going to at least try. At the very least, a breath of fresh air might be all they need in Los Angeles.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if he only gets a couple of things done, even if it's just a couple of things, that's better than where they're at.
That's true.
I mean, when you're already at the bottom, there's no other place to go, Bird, but up.
Yep.
At his endorsement, his blessing may not be good for you. It likely isn't good for you in LA. But if you're fearless, what do you think of President Trump? You're a Republican, right?
Did Spencer Pratt just say that's your opinion?
Yeah,
that's very true. Because I know people in LA that like Trump, so that's very much his opinion.
Again,
yeah.
This right here, what you're doing.
I'm just asking.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
This conversation is what's destroyed local elections.
Exactly.
People don't care in LA. They want to feel safe. They don't want to step in human poop. I don't need to have
that's the
personal opinions about anybody that doesn't affect them.
Exactly.
It's not
this is one of the most common sense answers to a try and gotcha moment that I've ever heard. He perfectly explained himself and perfectly articulated, I don't need Trump's endorsement. If he wants to endorse me, it doesn't matter. I don't need it because it has nothing to do with what I'm running on.
Exactly.
And he's not running like DeSantis did, who ran as a Trump guy, as a MAGA guy. He's not doing that. So I don't understand why they keep trying to pigeonhole him in this.
Because they want to pin the MAGA on him, which honestly I don't think is a bad thing, and Spencer Pratt probably doesn't think it's a bad thing either.
No.
But Spencer Pratt isn't MAGA either. He's just not.
Right.
He's common Spence.
Right.
He's not MAGA.
Right.
He's got his own. He has his own cliche. He's not MAGA. He's not a MAGA.
Another person that's not MAGA, Bill Maher. And he seems to be coming around a little bit more with the common sense attribute more and more lately. But Bill Maher just interviewed Spencer Pratt. He was just on today. I found a good clip that I thought was very good for this video, and it'll kind of give you a little bit more insight of what Spencer Pratt is really about and really wants to do for the city.
Oh, that's cool. Let that clip roll, Bird.
People are having the same feeling. You are not a guy who overthinks this. And they're not. And that works better. This is a state that is constantly overthinking everything and overregulating everything. Trust me, I know. I did whole bits about how it took me 3 years to get the solar turned on. Solar, something they want you to have.
But now they're taxing you, I think, for having it.
They are?
I think so.
What do you mean you think so?
I don't need to know about solar.
Okay,
I need to focus on making sure the moms are safe and the animals are not being abused. That's my party.
I know. But if you're the mayor,
the solar panels, that's going to be somebody I'm hiring. That's my deputy mayor is going to worry about the solar panels.
No, Spencer, I got bad news.
I love that answer.
It's just such a great answer. Such a real answer.
Some of these issues more.
Solar panels. We're about 3 years from worrying about solar panels. We need to get all the naked drug addicts off of the sidewalks, and then I can worry about solar panels.
But we can't walk and chew gum at the same time.
With the state of LA right now, the solar panels, you can spit that gum out. I love the idea of getting the drug addicts treatment and giving them job opportunities. And if we need more solar panels, personally, I think we got to investigate the LADWP. Why you even?
He's consistent. I'll give him that. He's definitely consistent about the 8 years.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
I love it.
I mean, dude, he's definitely got a positivity about him. I mean, in his mind, he already won, and that's half the battle right there. I mean,
So the whole thing, I loved how he says, "Hey, I understand. You're worried about the solar panel stuff, but that's not even a problem right now. That's not even an issue. The issue is the homelessness, the drugs, the feces in the streets, and the fact that the liberals have been running this town forever and they have done nothing to make it better."
No, they've been running it into the ground, if anything. And I don't understand that. Why would you want to take such a beautiful place and destroy it? It makes no sense. It really makes no sense. So I'm glad we got Spencer Pratt to bring a little common sense to the program here in Los Angeles because they really, really need it. And they need it fast.
Yes, they do. So we're going to end it here with one of his newer ads that I thought was freaking hilarious. And
before you start that, yeah, go ahead.
I think it's just great that he is using AI to his advantage to make these ads, and they are just spot on the greatest thing.
Oh, dude, I have. There's nobody is going to top him right now. He is the king of AI campaign ads. Hey, look, I thought there were some really cool ones with Donald Trump. With the memes and stuff like that with Rubio and Vance. And a lot of those were funny. But Pratt has found a niche with the AI campaigns. And I don't think anybody's beating him at it right now.
It's not my fault the palace.
Hello? Yo. Sup? Nothing, P. Just watching the debate highlights. Drinking some liberal tears. What's up with you? None. Just watching the debate highlights. Thinking of how I can help Los Angeles. Drinking some liberal tears. True.
It's Spencer Pratt's fault.
Liberal tears.
Liberal tears, baby. Hell
Yo,
yeah.
who's that? Yo, pick up the phone. Hello? What's that? Yo, Where's JD? Yo, JD! Yo. Weather! Hey, hold on. Hello?
Come on,
Oh, this is great.
It's Spencer Pratt's fault that his house burned down. Los Angeles is the safest and cleanest place on earth because of me.
What's up, P? None. Just watching Karen Bass make excuses why my house burned down. Sipping on liberal tears. Wondering why LA still looks like a damn war zone full of pooping needles. True. True.
All the homes are gone because of climate change. When the fires are out, I'll build a brand new LA. I'll build a brand new LA. Here's $700. Land grab is underway. Land grab is underway. California's burning. And the fire department's good.
Good night, peasants. This is great. You know, it seems like he's really tapped into the to the younger market, and he wants to get these people to get out and vote and realize that, you know, you could do some change for your city.
You know who he's tapping into the most? The ordinary average guy.
Yeah, I like it. So, you know, my final thoughts is, if you have common sense and you're in Los Angeles, vote for him. Vote for Spencer Pratt.
Yeah, what do you have to lose? I mean, what do you have to lose? Tomorrow, you can wake up at 7 a.m. tomorrow, go to your local voting district, and give Spencer Pratt a vote. What do you have to lose?
Exactly.
LA, really? You've lost everything at this point. What else is there left? Give it a shot. Try something crazy. Be a wild man. You know, be a little abnormal and vote for the guy who makes sense.
Exactly. So I think on that note, we're going to end it. I just want to thank God, because without him, none of this is possible. I want to thank Double D, the audience, and I want to thank my friends and family.
As always, Bert, thank you for making this show happen week after week as you do. And audience, as I always say, you're the reason that we're the reason. Without you, we're nobody. But most importantly, I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for allowing me this opportunity to be here and bring you the message and hopefully bring a nice win for Spencer Pratt tomorrow. LA, go out and show some common sense and vote for Spencer Pratt. And with all that, good night, y'all.
All right, everybody, have a good one. Peace.